Any questions? Any questions about what we did this Friday? Nope. Okay, guys, so we're going to go to chapter number 12. And as I said, that last section of chapter 12 that starts from page 200, that said the lymphatic system is an accessory circulatory system. Okay, so that's pretty much okay. That's what we will be talking about today. All we can mean is okay, the lymphatic and immune system. Let's do it this way. That's okay. In your book, on page 200, and the last section I said that the lymphatic system is an accessory circulatory system. Let me just sorry. Okay, guys. Good. So let's say it's okay. When we say it's okay, the lymphatic system. Okay. Now, as I said, is an accessory circulatory system. Now, when we say circulatory, what would that mean? I mean, it means that, okay, something is going to be circulated. Okay. In our circulatory system, where we had the heart, the blood vessels, and so on. So the thing that was circulated was, okay, let's say, so we say the circulatory system. So the thing that was circulated was blood. Yeah, okay. In your lymphatic system, where something is going to be circulated, that's mainly as okay, what we will call lymph. Okay. In the circulatory system, the thing through which the blood was circulating was what we mainly as okay, just could call blood vessels. In the lymphatic system, this lymph here is okay, which is the fluid, is going to be as okay circulated through vessels, which are going to be called lymph vessels. Some people may even call them lymphatic vessels. Both terms would be, you can say, correct and or acceptable. Did you guys get that? Okay. Although we said that, okay, yes, in the circulatory system was mainly as okay, kept the fluid in circulation or the blood in circulation in the blood vessels, yes, okay, was the heart. Which mainly goes as okay or be as okay, the organ of your, or the main organ of your circulatory system. In the lymphatic system, we can mainly say, okay, that we will have, okay, is what we can call lymphatic organs. Okay. Now that's going to be as okay, a variety of lymphatic organs. Now, the first and foremost that we will be talking about is going to be as okay, the spleen. Okay. Other lymphatic organ is going to be as okay, what we will call the tonsils. Another lymphatic organ is okay, although physically attached to your cecum of the gut, but which really doesn't have anything to do with, you can say it's okay, digestion, absorption, or let's say it's okay, handling of food that you consumed, is going to be the appendix. And last but not the least is going to be as okay, what we'll call the lymph nodes. Did you guys get that? Okay, so this is pretty much okay. This is pretty much going to be as okay, what we will be discussing about today. Now, our question may then be is okay, what is going to be the functions? What are the primary functions of your lymphatic system? Okay, because we're not going to have this system of okay, yes, accessory vessels through which okay, as a fluid called lymph is going to be circulating, and there's going to be as okay, all these and we're going to have all these different organs. Yes, okay, as a part of the system, and they're not going to be doing anything. Yeah, okay. So, what are the major functions of the lymphatic system? Man, that's okay. They helps the body, or they mean that's okay, provides the body with immunity. Which we mainly as okay said the other day was more than just fighting infections. So we can mainly say okay, protect the body. Again, it says okay, any substance that the body doesn't recognize as its own or something that belongs to the body. Second is because okay, the question will be is okay, where does this lymph here prime come from? Okay. Now, first of all, is okay, this lymph is okay, will be derived from yes, okay, what we can call is okay, the interstitial fluid. Now, just think of it in this way, guys. Let's say it's okay, we have cells that makes up a tissue. Okay. Now, what we mainly is okay, we'll have in between these cells here is going to be a fluid. Okay. It can be called interstitial fluid. Some people may even refer to it as the extracellular fluid. Okay. Now, a lot of things that, okay, yes, the cells may, yes, okay, want to, for instance, okay, get rid of is going to, yes, okay, be excreted from the cells into this interstitial fluid. And it's mainly going to be, as okay, we can say it's okay, the job of the lymph to come up and pick up these, yes, okay, excreted materials from the interstitial fluid. Okay. But physically, what's going to mainly, as okay, make up lymph is it's mainly going to be made up of lipids and fats. Okay. Now, where does this lipid and fat get absorbed from to become what you would call lymph? Now, guys, please, if you don't mind me going to another slide. So we can mainly say as okay, if this, for instance, okay, here was, let's say, it's okay, your gut. Now, just keep in mind that, okay, yes, what we're drawing here is that, okay, yes, because it's okay, all the food is going to, okay, we're floating in this area here. Okay. Now, what we mainly will have on the inside of the gut is going to be, as okay, what we will call villi, finger-like projections. Okay. Now, your gut mainly, yes, okay, is going to have, yes, okay, its own blood supply. Where that come from, yes, okay, we'll talk about that later. But mainly, yes, okay, blood that enters the gut, yes, okay, is going to come via an artery. Okay. Now we can mainly say, okay, these arteries are going to go into the villi. What's going to happen is that, okay, as they flow through the villi, more and more food is going to be, okay, be picked up by the, not food, actually, it's okay, nutrients is going to be picked up by the blood. On the other hand, we can mainly say it's okay that the blood leaves the villi in what we can call as okay, a vein. Now, mainly it's okay, what's going to be absorbed here is primarily going to be things such as the nutrients derived from proteins, from sugars or carbohydrates, and your nucleic acids, and some of the fat. The remaining of the fat, mainly as okay, is going to be picked up by okay as a separate kind of vessel, which actually is going to be called a lacteal vessel. And this lacteal vessel here is okay, that's mainly is okay. Whatever is going to be absorbed by that as it, for instance, okay, passes through the villi of the gut, that is going to become lymph. Okay, so mainly as okay, what it will be absorbing is going to be as okay, things such as fats and lipids. And that's going to be as okay, one of the main ingredients that makes up lymph, which is going to be as okay, this fluid that mainly as okay is going to be circulating in this accessory circulatory system. Did you guys get that? Okay. But at the same time, it's okay what this also is going to be doing is just okay, picking up substances which the cells mainly just okay have eliminated or excreted out because just okay, they either were what you can call as okay, things that the cells had dealt with and say, okay, when we don't need this anymore, so throw it out of the cell. And it's then going to be the job of the lymph to come and pick up this material. And what's going to happen to it later on is okay, is going to be what we talk about here. So mainly as okay, protect the body or as okay, provide the body with immunity. Did you guys get that?
Are you able to put that photo back up for a moment?
With the photo, this one?
Oh, yeah, what you drew.
Okay.
Thank
Well, you can find that, not this one, but something pretty similar to this in your book in chapter 15. Figure 15.6. It should be on page 239. Okay. But what mainly SRK will say SRK will be the lacteal vessels. That's what we mean SRK call them as they pass in the villi in the gut. But what those lacteal vessels are going to become is going to become the lymphatic vessels. Did you guys get that? Okay. But what it mainly is okay, what these lacteal vessels mainly is okay do is that they absorb fats and lipids from the gut, which main is going to be as okay one of the main major ingredients of your lymph. Did you guys get that? But if you want to see yes, okay, what a lacteal vessel is, yes, okay, you can go to your digestive system on page 300, I think it was. I just said that. No. Let's put too far. Sorry. 239, sorry. Okay. Figure 15.8. Right. Any questions so far? Okay, guys. Well, let me see. You guys, can you see this thing here? And okay. So oh, probably too big. Okay. Okay, guys. So all these green lines here, what are they? They are mainly as okay, what we will call the lymphatic vessels. Okay. Now, what do we have in these lymphatic vessels here? Is going to be as okay. The fluid that mainly as okay carries lymph. Okay. Now, probably one of the last points that we will talk about is that ultimately, as okay, this lymph here is going to empty into your general circulation. Okay, so which means that's okay, it was lymph, which was carried in these lymphatic vessels. At the end, mainly as okay, are going to empty into your general circulation. And that's lymph actually is okay, becomes a part of your blood. Did you guys get that? Okay. But through its course, or through the course of these lymphatic vessels, yes, okay, what is it that they're going to be doing? It's okay. They may as okay come across different as okay lymphatic organs. Now just okay to clear the confusion here, that's okay. This is the right side. This is the left side. Clear? Okay. So the first lymphatic organ that we'll talk about is going to be the spleen. Okay, so the first lymphatic organ that we will talk about is going to be the spleen. So guys, sorry guys. So first and foremost, spleen. Now, what can we say about the spleen? First fun fact is, well, okay, this is going to be as okay, the single largest lymphatic organ. So all of the organs that we're going to be talking about being part of, okay, yes, the lymphatic system, the spleen is the largest. Clear? Okay. Next would be, and that's going to be as okay important for you guys, is going to be the location. Where in the blue or where is it that this fellow here is located? Okay. Now, we can mainly say as okay, it is located in the left upper quadrant. If you guys recall, is okay what the left upper quadrant was. So he says, okay, if this here is okay, was your abdominal pelvic cavity, which we mean is okay divided into 3. This means okay, the right side, this means the left side. This here will be your left upper quadrant. We could also be more specific and say, yes, okay, was going to be located in the left hypochondriac region. And how was that? Well, okay, we said the same abdominal pelvic cavity, where we had, okay, yes, one midclavicular line, and then a midclavicular line. And we had, okay, yes, the 2 transverse lines. Then this one here is, okay, that was going to be your left hypochondriac region. Okay. Now, if we, for instance, in all this is okay, place the spleen. Let's do it here. Let's say that, okay, this here is okay, is going to be as okay, where we place the spleen. It's going to make it a little bit easier. But the spleen, dear guys, will be out here. Okay, what we mainly as okay will have in front of it and medial to it is going to be the stomach. Okay, so this is pretty much okay. We can say okay between the back side of the stomach and yes, okay, the ribs that's going to be running on the back side. That's going to be between in these 2 areas. Yes, okay, where the spleen is going to be located. Okay. So since it's going to yes, okay, be behind the stomach. Now behind yes, okay, remain yes, okay, we'll use the word retral. And from stomach is going to be yes, okay, gastric. Okay. Well, whether you say the right, left upper quadrant, or you say it's okay in the left hypochondriac region. By that left hypochondriac region or in left upper quadrant, the spleen still falls behind the stomach, which we may could say will be retrogastric. Did you guys get that? Yeah. So if this here is okay, was your spleen okay? No. If we say that okay, yes. Here, if you had the spleen, but what was going to be yes, okay, in front of the spleen in this case here, was going to be yes, okay, the stomach.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. What did you say it was medial to?
Medial
to the stomach?
No, it's not going to be medial to the stomach.
It's retrogastric. So what is it medial?
It's retrogastric. But it's also, listen, okay. What the word retro mainly what you mean is it falls behind it. So if you took a side view and you say, well, okay, this here is okay, was your stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just so you guys know, okay, yes, in this case, okay, this is going to be anterior. This is going to be posterior. So in that case, that's okay. For it to be retrogastric, it gotta be behind the stomach. Did that make sense?
Yes, I forgot what you said it was medial to.
It's not medial to anything, mate. It's going to be lateral to the stomach.
Okay.
Because what you see here, if all this here is okay, it's going to be as okay where your stomach is going to be.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank you.
This is going to be more towards the side, medial. So the spleen is going to be out here, so it's going to be, the spleen is going to be lateral to the stomach, which means that it makes the stomach being medial to the spleen.
Okay, so the stomach is medial to the spleen?
Yeah.
Okay.
And part of it is going to be in front of it.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So maybe that's okay to use, it's okay to be able to scan the spleen. Yes, okay, you may have to ask the patient to lie on to his right side. So this side is going to be facing up, and okay, yes, that way, yes, okay, you'll be able to, scan it. Did you guys get that? Now, guys, if you look at the spleen, structure-wise, it's going to be this saucer-shaped structure. Okay, it's mainly going to be completely encircled in peritoneum. Okay. The spleen itself, is going to have its, what they may call fibrous, but it's going to be a very thin membrane that closes it. That's going to be referred to as the reticulum. Now, what we may see is not what we may see. What we will see is that the reticulum here, mainly from place to place, is going to be thrown into these folds here. Okay, and what these folds of the membrane or capsule of your spleen is called, they are going to be called trabecula if you say one, trabeculae if you say more than one. Okay, but what is that these trabeculae here are going to be doing? Okay, they is you can say divide the spleen here into lobes. Right, okay, because we can mainly look at it in this way and say had it not been for the trabeculae, this would have been your spleen, it would have been, because that's one big organ with no divisions. But what the trabeculae mainly do is they run in, and we can mainly say divide the spleen into lobes. So you can say this will be one lobe, this will be another lobe, this will be another lobe, this other lobe, this will be another lobe. So this will be another lobe. Did you guys get that? Okay, so these collagen fiber extensions from the reticulum or from the membrane of your spleen are called trabeculae. And what do? Divide the spleen into lobes. Did you guys get that?
Does that say reticulum?
Yeah.
It's the reticulum?
Yeah. Just like your smooth and rough reticulum.
Thanks.
Now the last question just is, what's the main job of your spleen? Now just keep in mind, guys, that okay, yes, what the spleen will be doing is there will be as okay lymphatic vessel that mainly as okay carries lymph to the spleen. There's also going to be as okay lymphatic vessel that takes that lymph away from the spleen. Okay, so we can mainly say as okay that lymph mainly as okay is going to run through the spleen, but what's going to happen is, okay, now this is one of its major job is going to be as okay, we can say it's okay, production. It's going to play a role in the production of lymphocytes. Okay. What you also will learn later on is, well, okay, it is an organ. And any organ in the body is okay, will need blood to flow through it too. Okay. Okay. So there's going to be okay, an artery, which means okay, is going to bring blood to the spleen here. And mainly because okay, it is pretty much okay as a filtering organ. Okay. So, and due to blood coming through it, yes, okay, it's mainly as okay. Due to that, is going to help as okay, going to play a vital role in hemolysis. Okay, which we mainly says okay was to practically okay break down dead or lived red blood cells. Okay. What it also will be doing is, yes, okay, because yes, okay, it's going to be loaded with macrophages. Okay. And what would that do? Pretty much, okay, yes, because that's okay. Use, yes, okay, filter out, yes, okay, materials. Because it's okay. Brought to it by lymph. Okay. What would these material be? Mainly as okay, any form for harmful material. Okay, because there's okay debris from breakdown of okay as bacteria, neutrophils, so and so. Even yes, okay, blood cells which might have been yes, okay, died yes, okay, during the circulation of blood. Okay, so any kind of debris that the body is okay may like to, you can say it's okay, get rid of, will be picked up by the lymph. One of the major organs which is going to be is okay, going to filter that out, destroy it, literally more than it already has been destroyed, is going to be the spleen. Did you guys get that? Okay, but the main points about is okay that you need to know about the spleen is physically is okay, where is it that it is located? Okay, and that's okay what the structure is going to be like. Now, please keep in mind that okay, this is going to be a gland or organ, sorry, which is completely as okay encircled in peritoneum. Okay, okay, and its location. Well, okay, in the left upper quadrant, or more correctly, in the left hypochondriac region. Okay, okay. And one is okay, big organ, which is going to just okay have a, you can say it's okay, relationship to this fellow here is going to be the stomach. Okay. Now part of the stomach is going to be anterior to the spleen, which mainly makes the spleen becoming retrographic. Okay. But when you look at the size of the spleen versus that of the stomach is going to be as okay a greater organ. So the remainder of the stomach is mainly going to be medial to the stomach, which mainly makes that okay, you can say that the spleen may that less okay would be lateral to the stomach. Lateral to the stomach and behind the stomach. So you can say, okay, posterior lateral to the stomach. Lateral to the stomach and retrogastric. Did you guys get that? But when I ask, okay, not to promote violence, that's not what I'm here to do. But I showed you where the spleen was located, that low punch. So any questions? Any questions about the spleen? And it was divided into lobes by fibrous extensions of the reticulum known as the trabeculae. Okay, guys. Let's talk about another lymphoid tissue or lymphatic tissue. We already mentioned this one here earlier when we talked blood. Okay, so let's just get its function out. Yes, okay, this produces the T cell lymphocytes. Okay, now physically, yes, okay, as I said, or what I said was in late childhood, and or early teens, this thymus here starts to degenerate. If you don't like the word degenerate, we can say, okay, going to be okay, replaced by fibrous tissue, which mainly just causes that, okay, yes, the thymus is going to be okay, replaced by, or going to become a strip or strap of fibrous tissue. Now, guys, physically, it's okay, where was it that this fellow here was located? Now, if you guys don't know what this is neck. And we can say, okay, this would be the shoulders. In all this, it's okay, we can just make our favorite bone, Mr. Sternum. Yeah, okay. Yeah. What we can see, okay, what we will have up here is going to be trachea, urinary pipe. And just so you know what we are talking about. That's okay. Thyroid cartilage. Or we later on will refer to as Adam's apple. Now, pretty much, okay, yes, in front of the trachea. That would have been, yes, okay, where we had the thymus. And what it actually is, okay, would do is, okay, it may actually descend into, yes, okay, the mediastinum retrosternally or behind the sternum. Okay. But it's only going to be, yes, okay, in younger childhood until, yes, okay, early teens that, okay, yes, we actually have a gland called the thymus. As we just said, okay, as we go older and older and older, this gland becomes more and more replaced by fibrous tissue. But anatomically, yes, okay, this will be, yes, okay, where you'll find it. So anterior to the trachea, and okay, as I said, descends into, yes, okay, your thoracic cavity, or more correctly saying, yes, okay, the mediastinum is going to be, yes, okay, found behind the sternum. Did you guys get that? Okay. Or if we take a side view. Okay, let's just do it this way. We take a side view, we say, okay, this is going to be the front. This is going to be the back. Now we can say, okay, this is the neck. And so we can, okay, just make the sternum this color here. So you guys, then here's, okay, that's going to be the sternum. We can say this here is, okay, will be your trachea. We can say, okay, up here is, okay, that's the Adam's apple or the thyroid. So pretty much here like this. That will be your timers. Which mainly is okay as we go older and older, degenerates into a fibrous bed. Okay, so yes, okay, it's going to run into yes, okay, what we will call the mediastinum because okay, no, this is going to be yes, okay. We can say this guy is okay, he was a chain smoker. So yes, okay, this will be his lungs. So this space between yes, okay, you're going to be the mediastinum. But in the mediastinum, yes, okay, if we have it, it's going to be running behind the sternum. Okay, it's going to extend into the mediastinal cavity or into the mediastinum, running behind the sternum. And that's why we actually refer to as being retrosternal. Did you guys get that? Any questions? Anybody want to say anything? Okay. My job was to confirm. Next point is going to be yes, okay, your lymph nodes or lymph node. Now our question will be yes, okay, why do we call these fellow here lymph nodes? Well, first lymph, hold on guys. The first reason that we call it okay, then the lymph nodes is mainly because okay, these have to do with the lymphatic system. Or as a matter of fact, yes, okay, lymph is going to run through the lymph nodes. Which means, yes, okay, this brings us to the next point, yes, okay, why lymph nodes? Now, if you guys remember the other day, when we say, yes, okay, SA node. We even say, yes, okay, AV node. And what did I say that a node was? Was mainly as okay, just the name. That's okay. Was given to yes, okay. Was going to be given to the describing as okay the structure, which was a small round fellow. So that's okay. Any small round structure can be referred to as node. Okay. What you may, yes, okay, come across when you start, yes, okay, scanning is that James says, okay, this structure here is nodular. Where this nodule here, that's okay, or where this node actually is okay, comes in the terminal, okay, yes, There it is. Small and round. Small or thick, that's that's mean it's okay, going to be it's okay. A matter of uh perception. Okay. Okay. But mainly that's okay because they have these somehow okay as a rounded structure. That's that's why we call them nodes. Okay. And what we will see is that okay, yes, the lymph mainly as okay is going to be brought to these lymph nodes via a lymph vessel. And it's going to just okay leave the lymph nodes via lymph vessel. Did you guys get that? Functionally speaking, what's going to be as okay the major function of these lymph nodes here is very straight. They're going to be filtering the lymph. Just think of it this way because okay, what the lymph mainly is okay will be bringing as it flows through lymph nodes. It's not going to just be lymph that is going to be as okay, we can say okay, a lot of debris, a lot of material that the lymph has been collecting up as it has been traveling through the tissues via okay, this accessory circulatory system, primarily made of the lymph vessels. Okay. And what we already said was ultimately as okay, this lymph area as okay is going to ultimately as okay empty or get entered or mixed up with the blood. So what the lymph mainly is okay, or what the lymph nodes sorry mainly is okay want to ensure is that okay, yes, before this lymph ends up in the blood, that it has been filtered out, it has been cleaned out from as okay any possible harmful substance in the form of debris, breakdown products, etc., etc., etc. Okay, okay. So that's mainly going to yes, okay, that it will be filtering out the lymph. Okay. Did you guys get that? Yes, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Now, size-wise, what's the size of these lymph nodes? Now, they can be very small. They can even as okay be as small as okay as 1 millimeter. And if you guys says okay, what is 1 millimeter? Well, you take any writing pin, this tip here, the tip of your ball pen, if that's what you call it, is no bigger than 1 millimeter. So that's how small they can be. Or let's say it's okay, normally will be. Clear, okay? But these lymph nodes here can actually, it's okay, grow in size. And as I think I told you guys earlier, one day was when we talked melanoma, that we saw a lymph node pretty much okay at the size of a good, little smaller than a tennis ball, but bigger than a golf ball. So that's how big it can get. Okay, now that's not going to be normal. If you have lymph nodes that big, that means that your body pretty much okay is trying to fight something. Did that make sense? So enlargement of the lymph nodes is probably not a good sign. Did that make sense? Clear? Okay. But as okay, they can be as small as okay as 1 millimeter, which I just showed you. That's okay. No bigger than okay, yes, what's on top of my nail here. Now, guys, the last time somebody is okay went to the doctor, either in person or with somebody, the primary is okay thinks that let's say it's okay a sore throat. Now, have you guys wondered why is it that the doctor will go like this? Feel on your neck. Primarily because we have okay as a lot of lymph nodes in and around the neck. Okay. So if they were enlarged, yes, okay, that mainly mean that, okay, yes, your body in this case is okay, was trying to, you can say, okay, fight anything. But it's not only going to be in your neck, sorry. Just give me a second, guys. Just give me a second. Sorry. Whatever centimeters. So, nope, so small and this to this big, for instance. Now, guys, location, 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 location. Okay. Now, what I said was, okay, we can make this, okay, divide the lymph nodes based on their location into, yes, okay, different regions. Okay. One is going to, we can say, it's okay, cervical. Okay, so where the cervical going to be? By the neck. Okay. We can even say, yes, okay, submandibular. Okay. Where we say, yes, okay, underneath your mandible or your jaw. Okay. That is going to be, it's okay, we can say, it's okay, a big group of lymph nodes. Which is going to be, it's okay, the axillary lymph nodes. Which means it's going to be, it's okay, in the armpits. Okay. Just a little thing about yes, okay, these axillary lymph nodes here is okay, as I said earlier, it's okay. They can get enlarged. And one primary reason is okay that these may get enlarged is in case of breast cancer. Mainly because, okay, what we will see is that the breast or the mammary gland is okay. The lymph that's going to is okay go from the breast or from the mammary glands is going to just okay primarily be filtered by the axillary lymph nodes. Okay, so why is it that they were getting large in case of breast cancer? It's mainly because of this. You can say, okay, cancerous tissue is okay, or cancerous cells that may as okay be picked up by the lymph nodes, not by the lymphatic vessels, carried by lymph to the lymph nodes that may as okay try to destroy these. But as okay, the may as okay go on over time. Okay. Did that make sense? So pretty much okay, as your lymph nodes that's okay actively working, trying to just okay get rid of something that's not good for the body, if you want to put it that way. Yes, okay, meaning going to cause them to just okay go from a size like this to become bigger, 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 and bigger. Yeah, okay. Just give me a second. Okay. Okay, guys. I hope that's the end of our disruptions. Okay. Now, guys, another group of lymph nodes is going to be SOK, what we can call SOK the hilar lymph nodes. HILER. Oh, let me just write that. Clear. Okay. Just so you guys okay. So it's okay. Here again, it's okay. What you can call hilar lymph nodes. Which I mean, it's okay. Just try to just okay mark here. But if you yes okay, well, it's okay. What do you mean by the hilar lymph nodes? Let's just say you have a lung. We can say it's okay. You have a lung. Now, what you guys or what we mean is okay. Will come across is that this on the medial side of each lung is going to be a region that we call the hilum. And pretty much okay, right next to this hilum is going to be as okay a group of lymph nodes, which just are going to be called the hilar lymph nodes because pertaining to the hilum of the lungs. And again, as okay, we can say, okay, what would they do? They will again, as okay, primary as okay, filter lymph that came back from the lungs. Okay. So again, yes, okay, these will be enlarged or we can increase in size in case of lung cancer, for instance. Okay. So in many cases, okay, when they go, yes, okay, let's say it's okay into the lung, and take, do a bronchoscopy. What they actually also may do is make a little incision here and actually go into the mediastinum and look at the hilar lymph nodes, and at the same time, take a biopsy of an enlarged lymph node. Now, usually, guys, what a cancerous lymph node is going to look like. Okay, is that they mean going to be relatively darker in color. So usually they will look for as a lymph node which was big and black, because that most likely is if there was some lung cancer, it is going to be found here. But this group of lymph nodes which are on the medial side or in the mediastinum or medial to both lungs is going to be called the hilar lymph nodes. Why? Because there's going to be this region on the medial side of each lung, which is going to be called the hilum. Now, another group of lymph nodes, or we can say one of the major ones. Now, we just go down. We're just going to skip the abdomen a little bit and go down to to this groin area. And we guess it's this would be your thighs. And in the groin area, we're actually going to have this group of lymph nodes here. And their main is going to be called the inguinal lymph nodes. Okay. Because your groin, what do we call them? Or what's going to be the name of the region here is going to be the inguinal region. Okay. Very much between your lower abdominal pelvic area and your thigh. Okay. So that's going to be where there will be a group of lymph nodes. And what are they going to be doing? We can mainly drain blood, not drain blood, sorry, filter the lymph that means returns back from your leg, etc. Okay. We may have let's put this there may be so big or smaller group of abdominal lymph nodes. Okay. But in the abdomen, the major group of lymph nodes that we were just talking about is going to be what we call the Peyer's patch. Now, please keep in mind, guys, this Peyer's patch here is this is nothing but it is a group of lymph nodes. Okay, now mainly as that to tell you what this Peyer patch is going to be. Do you guys mind if I go to another slide?
Sure.
Yeah, thank you. Now just look at it in this way. This here is was your intestine. Okay. Now what did we know was that intestine, yes, okay, we had these, is okay, what we call lacteals. Pretty much, okay, yes, the first lymph vessels, where is okay, the substance was going to be as okay, that should become as okay part of lymph, was absorbed from the gut via these lacteals. Now, what these lacteals will do is, yes, okay, they will, we can say, okay, join together. Okay, so certain lacteals, as okay, will make, we can say, okay, one lymph vessel. Okay, now what we also know is that, okay, yes, what your gut, or in this case, as okay, intestine is going to be, is going to be as okay, completely as okay, encircled in peritoneum. Okay, but this lymph here that travels through these blood lymph vessels here, sorry, are of course just okay going to come across these lymph nodes here, okay, which mainly as okay lies in between the two layers of your peritoneum, but which mainly as okay is going to just okay filter the lymph. So this mainly as okay is just going to be these group of lymph nodes here. That's what we call the Peyer's patches. They are grouped together as what we call the Peyer's patches. Well, what are they? Mainly as okay, just this group of lymph nodes that okay as in this part as okay were mainly as okay be located in the peritoneum, but that's not what makes them the Peyer patches. It mainly as okay because these are the lymph nodes that mainly as okay filters the lymph that comes from the gut. Or in this case, you can say, okay, the intestine. Did you guys get that? Okay. So mainly we can say, okay, these are some of the bigger or smaller as okay groups of your what you want to call them, lymph nodes, divided into as okay locations. Okay, because okay, each location, or we can say okay, each group of lymph nodes are mainly as okay going to be primarily responsible for draining lymph that returns from different parts of the body. We for instance said about as okay, the axillary lymph nodes, okay, upper chest, things like that, okay, cervical lymph nodes, okay, okay, submandibular lymph nodes, inguinal lymph nodes, hilar lymph nodes. Okay, so some of these lymph nodes, yes, okay, primarily going to be responsible for draining, or sorry, not draining, filtering lymph, yes, okay, returning back from certain regions. Or we can mean says, okay, if an enlarged lymph node is seen in a specific group and so on, so we may as okay, you can say, okay, that will narrow down the search of areas, okay, where to find or where to look for the possible trouble or yes, okay, reason behind the enlargement of that lymph node. Okay. Any questions? Okay. Now, as I said, yes, okay, the primary function of the lymph nodes mainly, yes, okay, was to filter the lymph. Filter the lymph. Okay. Okay. Now, when we look at it structurally, yes, okay, we can even say, yes, okay, any lymph node. Let's make it a little bit bigger. So we can mainly say, yes, okay, what's going to be? It's going to, yes, okay, receive lymph via lymphatic vessel. On the other hand, lymph is going to leave it via lymphatic vessel. Now, structurally, yes, okay, it may be, yes, okay, pretty similar to the spleen. Mainly because, okay, even this lymph node here, okay, is going to be, yes, okay, we can say, okay, divided into smaller areas by these fibrous extensions here from the inner membrane, which we will call trabecula as single, or if you take more than it, it's going to be, yes, okay, trabeculae. Okay. Now, not only was it going to filter, but it was also, yes, okay, going to, we can say, phagocytose. And what do we mean by that? Mainly, yes, okay, breakdown. Or we can say, it's okay, physical digest. In this case, okay, not just dying cells, but we can say, okay, we can put it this way, it's okay, dying cells. Even things such as, okay, yes, any form of debris that was going to, yes, okay, be brought through the lymph node, via, okay, via the, will help, yes, okay, through the lymph. Okay. And mainly because its main job is going to, yes, okay, phagocytose. Okay. It's going to, yes, okay, be loaded with macrophages. Did you guys get that? And what they mean is, okay, we'll want to achieve by that is that, okay, yes, whatever lymph leaves at the other end is going to be relatively, because it's okay, cleared or filtered out. So the function of your lymph nodes is mainly as, okay, like the filter paper in your coffee machines. Why do they call the filter paper in your coffee machines the filter paper? What is that you don't want to be in your coffee?
Grinds.
Or those ground coffee beans, right? Okay. What would that mean? That would mainly mean that, okay, there is going as, okay, the filter didn't do its job. Okay. So, any questions, guys? Okay. Now, another lymphatic tissue or lymphoid tissue, you want to put it that way. Oops, I probably went too far. Is going to be, it's okay, what we'll call the tonsils. Now, guys, tonsils, well, okay, yes, the ones that we know as the tonsils. The one that we know as the tonsil actually is going to be, it's okay, what we call the palatine tonsils. Yeah, okay. Usually when people say, okay, I am suffering from tonsillitis, it's made as, okay, due to inflammation of the one of the three groups of tonsils, which is going to be the palatine tonsils. So let's just do this way and say, okay, that tonsils actually is okay, there's going to be three groups of tonsils. First one is going to be the palatine tonsils. And why do we call them the palatine tonsils? Now, guys, when a person opens his mouth, what we have as the roof of the mouth or roof of the oral cavity is going to be, okay, what we call the palate. Just so you guys know, okay, this down here is okay, we can it will be the tongue. And what we actually is okay have on either side here is going to be, okay, what we call the palatine pillars. And it's actually just okay in these palatine pillars here that we find these two tonsils here, which are going to be called the palatine tonsils. Okay. So these, just okay, they're going to be two, a right and a left. The next group of tonsils that we may find is going to be as okay, straightforward as okay, called the lingual tonsils. And that's going to be two of those as well. They actually is okay, are going to be found underneath the tongue. So link actually practically is okay under the tongue. Or what we mean, you can say is okay, more practical is going to be placed or located sublingually. Did you guys get that? The third. Now, while this is not going to be group, this fellow here is only going to, it's going to only be one tonsil. Now, they may refer to this one here as okay, as by location. The pharyngeal tonsil. So his name actually is going to, it's okay. If you go by its, or name it by its location, it's going to be called the pharyngeal tonsil. Okay. Now for this fellow here, so okay, let's just make a side view of the person. Let's go like this. We can mainly says, okay, okay, if this was the tongue, then sublingually was going to be the sublingual or the lingual tissues. At the end of the throat, end of the core cavity, that's okay, we have it. It's going to be, it's okay, the palatine tonsils. Now the pharyngeal tonsils. Now just keep in mind, guys, that all this area here, all areas, okay, reach to the larynx, or voice box, as we may call it, is going to be the pharynx. Okay. Where you go is okay, pharyngeal tonsil. Okay. But practically, yes, okay, these are going to be located in the nasopharynx. Oh, that's okay. The pharyngeal tonsil actually going to be located in the nasal part of the pharynx, known as the nasopharynx. Which means, yes, okay, makes this pharyngeal tonsil located in the nasopharynx be what we call the adenoid. So the pharyngeal tonsil actually is going to be, it's okay, what we said was the adenoid. Did you guys get that? Do you guys remember we talked about the adenoid? Okay, okay. So usually it's okay when people have, it's okay, tonsillitis, it's very likely that they also will have what you can call adenoiditis, inflammation of the adenoid gland as well. And what they may do is okay, as taking out the tonsils, also is okay, remove the adenoids or the adenoid. But these were your three groupings of your tonsils. The pharyngeal tonsils, called the adenoid, mainly because, okay, they are located in the nasopharynx, which is a subdivision of the pharynx. We have the regular tonsils called the palatine tonsils. Okay, usually it's okay when some people talk of, okay, tonsillitis, that it's referred to the inflammation of the palatine tonsils. Clear? Okay. And last but not the least is going to be, it's okay, what we call the lingual tonsils. And what were the lingual tonsils? The tonsils, which means it's okay, going to be, it's okay, in the area underneath the tongue, behind the mandible. So that's okay in the floor of your mouth or oral cavity. Did you guys get that?
Should we like know all three for the exam, or do we just need to focus on the palatine tonsils?
No, you need all to know about them. Okay. So yes, okay. I even told you yes, okay, why they were given the names that they were given. Palatine pertaining to the palate. Palate, my dear, that's the floor, and that's going to be the roof of your mouth or your oral cavity. Clear? Okay. At the end, yes, okay. You see, yes, okay, these, what we can call is okay, the palatine pillars. And pretty much, okay, yes, in between, yes, okay, these pillars is okay. They mean, yes, okay, goes as a fold and a fold. But in between those is going to be, yes, okay, where the tonsils may be. Okay. And yes, okay, if you scared, okay, yes, tonsillitis, what's going to happen? These will tend to become bigger. That's what they look for when they say, open your mouth, stick your tongue out and say, ah. One of the primary things that they're looking for is the tonsils. All right, especially this, okay, these. The sub, that's okay, the lingual tonsils, that's okay, they're not going to be visible. Okay. Okay. If the niche is okay, look at the pharyngeal tonsil or the adenoid, that's where the actually is okay, we'll go with or you can call it, okay, a nasoscope. It's a little instrument. Pretty much similar to, it's okay, what you see the dentist look. Something that looks like this. And then this mirror-like structure. But the main is, okay, put this whole thing is, okay, up. And actually it will be able to, like this. And, okay, yes. This is going to be, okay, when you see the reflections of the nasal pad, and, okay, yes, and they'll be able to see it. That's okay, well, okay, this dude is also inflamed. So the palatine main is okay pertaining to the palate. Lingual is okay because pertaining to the tongue. Where they're going to be under the tongue are mainly as okay sublingually. The pharyngeal, I say okay, this whole area here of the pharynx. Okay, but where do we find the pharyngeal tonsil? In the nasopharynx, which was this part of your pharynx. Okay, and so these were made as okay, we're also referred to as being the adenoid. Any questions, my dear? So that's okay. You need to know the names. Some of them, yes, okay. Some of the names are pretty much okay, yes, explanatory of the location. Did that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
No problem, my dear. No, we can say that's okay. The last lymphatic organ that we may talk about is the appendix. Now, first thing first, location. where is it that this fellow here is going to be located? Now let's just take our abdominal pelvic area. We say this is the right side, this is the left side. Now it's going to be located, yes, okay, if we divide it into 4 regions, in the lower right quadrant. Or guys, if we took the same abdominal pelvic area and we say, yes, okay, we divide that into 4 regions. No, sorry, the 9 regions, right? It was going to be as okay in the right iliac region. Huh. Did you guys get that? Okay. So in the right iliac region, pretty much okay, yes. Why do you call this the iliac region? Iliac region because this is where you have your iliac bone as one of the bones of your pelvis. But it's going to be as okay in the right iliac region. Now, guys, next thing is, now we can say it's okay. Oh, shit. This is your ascending colon. We can say that, okay, yes, here you have this, which is going to be the cecum. And it's going to be in the right iliac region. Onto the cecum is it that we have, yes, okay, the large end of the small intestine, which is going to be the ileum. Now, ideally speaking, guys, the appendix will be something like this. So you may, yes, okay, we'll find it close to, yes, okay, the junction point between the ileum to the cecum. Actually, as a matter of fact, okay, the point where the ileum meets the cecum actually is going to be referred to as the iliocecal junction. Right now, don't worry about more of that because it's more as okay related to as okay your digestive system. But this little fellow and this little, it may not be little. Okay. It's mainly going to be as okay attached to the cecum like this. Now, if you look at the structure of the appendix, it mainly as okay has the structure of or appears like a worm. Okay. A bigger or smaller earthworm. And mainly because it has this form of the worm here, it's okay. That's why some people also refer to as vermiform appendix. But if not, yes, okay, you can mean yes, okay, just go yes, okay, commonly yes, okay, just call it the appendix. Did you guys get that? Yeah, okay. So where is it going to be attached to? It's actually going to be attached to, yes, okay, the lower end of the cecum. Okay. Now, when we talk about, yes, okay, the digestive system, and we talk about the colon, that's going to be, yes, okay, something that I will tell you, yes, okay, which may help you, yes, okay, to locate the attachment of the appendix onto the cecum. Okay. Now, normally, yes, okay, it's made, yes, okay, it should be dangling down like this. But, it's not every, or it's not always going to be that things are as normal. Not that there's going to be much of a problem with it, just okay, the person who is okay may have just okay go and try to just okay operate out this appendix here. Because in some cases, okay, the appendix actually is okay, may make a turn and actually is okay, end up running behind the cecum. And if it actually is okay, makes a turn like this and runs behind the cecum, if you take the cecum and let's say it's okay from the side, you see it's okay. This is the anterior side. This is going to be posterior. And if your appendix, runs like this, and take this course, and actually that's okay, runs behind the cecum. This kind of appendix, well, it's still an appendix, but location-wise can actually that's okay be referred to as being retro, because it's let's do this. Retro, which mean behind. Cecum. Pertaining to the cecum. So that would be as okay, a retrocecal appendix. Okay. Why? Just okay, because it goes as okay, hiding behind the cecum. Did you guys get that? Okay, but it will still be an appendix. Just because it goes and turns around and okay, yes. Yes, okay. Physically, it's okay going. Hiding behind the appendix doesn't make it less of an appendix. So this retrocecal is mean it's okay just based on its okay placement. Any questions, guys? So an organ which physically was attached to your gut. But functionally, it's okay, it has nothing to do with the digestion of food, the absorption of food, etc., etc., etc. But pretty much okay as was a plain lymphoid tissue. Made of lymphoid tissue, which makes it an lymphatic gland. Organ, sorry. Did you guys get that?
I have a question.
Mhm.
Did you say that sorry to be a little off topic, did you say that the thymus was an organ like when you're a child?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. What I said was that as you grow older, so in your later childhood or in your early teens, what's going to happen to it is that, okay, what primarily is okay was the gland that we call the thymus. It's going to, as okay, degenerate or mainly as okay, be replaced by fibrous tissue. So what pretty much is going to be left of your thymus right now is nothing more but mainly it's okay, just a strap of fibrous tissue. Did that make sense? Just like your bone marrow when you were younger, most of it was going to be red marrow. As you grow, more and more and more of that red marrow is going to be replaced by fatty tissue and become yellow bone marrow. And yellow bone marrow does not produce blood cells. It's only going to be what you have left of red bone marrow that will be producing blood cells. Why? Because that red marrow was replaced by fatty tissue. Okay, so mainly because a fatty has has a yellowish appearance or so and so. Yes, okay, that's why they call it the yellow red. Okay, guys. Now, those of you who have their cameras off, are you here?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
A little dismissal didn't mean that you can go and do whatever. You can go and do whatever once I say class is adjourned. Now, guys, here's going to be a point that will become important. Because we can say, okay, we had, let's just say it's okay, a lymph node. Even if it's not a lymph node, it's okay, any lymphoid tissue or organ. Okay. But what we mainly as okay already have said is that there's going to be as okay this network of lymph vessel. Okay. That would bring and take or carry lymph to an lymph node. Just like in your circulatory system, what you will realize or see is, well, okay, we have vessels or blood vessels, but those blood vessels mainly as okay could be subdivided into as okay were the blood vessels that took blood from the heart to an organ, or were the blood vessels that took blood from the organ and brought it back to the heart. Or we can mean is okay, it brings blood to the organ and takes blood away from the organ. Okay, so like right here is okay, we can have lymph vessels, which mainly is okay, in this case is okay, well, it's okay, two types. One we will say is okay, will be the lymph vessel, which brings the lymph to the lymph node. The other would be as okay, the lymph vessel which takes the lymph away from lymph node. Yep, okay. Now here's going to be a term, and we need to just okay carry this term on to another system. In that case, that's okay. Your prime is okay. We'll be talking about blood vessels. But this is going to be referred to as the afferent lymphatic vessel. AFFERENT. So what is going to be an afferent with an AFF lymph vessel? We can mean this as okay, the lymph vessel that brings, we can say it's okay, lymph to the lymph node. That kind of lymph vessel is going to be referred to as an afferent lymphatic vessel or afferent lymph vessel. Did you guys get that? Whereas on the other hand, this lymph vessel here, or lymph vessel, or lymphatic vessel, that mainly as okay, does the same, it carries lymph. But it's going to just okay be carrying lymph away from the lymphatic vessel. Oh, sorry, lymph node, sorry. Or lymphoid gland is going to be referred to as an efferent lymphatic vessel. So what is that? An efferent with an EFF is going to be, your main is okay, this will be is okay, the lymph vessel or lymphatic vessel that you can say is okay, takes or drains lymph from the lymph node. Is that clear? Now, guys, a cheat that I used is you come before you leave, just as A is before E. So sometimes that's okay. Okay. So the afferent with an A as an apple vessel is going to be a vessel that brings blood, or sorry, lymph. In this case, here is okay, to the structure, which in this case is going to be a lymph node. Whereas the E with an, or the efferent with an E as an elephant is going to be the vessel that carries, in this case, lymph away from the lymph node. But this word afferent with an A as an apple and efferent as with an E as an elephant are going to be as okay terms that you will come across again and again. Clear? So first comes efferent, which brings, then comes efferent, which takes away. Did you guys get that? And I can't tell you to leave before you had arrived. So you have to come first before I ask you to leave. Just like A comes before E. So first come, then we can say, okay, well, you arrived, you came, good, you met up, whatever. And that's okay. Mission accomplished. That's okay. You can go now. Any questions? Yes,
So
no.
this is just the general way of how the lymph node functions, correct? Like this applies to all of these different types of lymph nodes?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Listen, okay, you just had lymph nodes in different groups. The other structures, the spleen, the tonsils, your thymus, appendix, they were not lymph nodes, my dear. They were lymphoid tissues or organs. Okay. Your lymph node was just okay as a kind of, okay, as you can say, it's okay. Lymph tissue as or lymph organ as well. Okay. And why do we call them lymph nodes? Well, lymph because they have to deal with the lymph. Or because it's like a part of your lymphatic system. Nodes made as okay because they were bigger or smaller, nodular or rounded structures. Clear? So physically, yes, okay, they may not be bigger than, okay, yes, lentils, but yes, okay, they can grow. Or maybe because they have that small, that's okay, small and big. That's okay. Maybe because they have that round, oval shape, that's why we call them nodes. For me, it's okay, you get the word nodular. Okay. Now, when you say it's okay, anything is okay, is going to be nodular, you mean okay, it's a small or bigger, rounded shape structure. Like a grain of wheat, lentils, and so on. So, any questions? Okay, ladies and the gentlemen, what I said was, okay, yes. One of our last points was that, okay, ultimately, the lymph will enter into the general bloodstream. Now, what is okay? Now, two things that I want to do to me, yes, okay, just clarify that. Because we're going to just, okay, make a body first. And just so you guys are not in doubt, this fellow here is okay, he's placing us. So this becomes just okay, his right side. This becomes his left side. Yep, okay. And what we mainly as okay will be doing now is his whole body is now divided into 4 quadrants. Where we can say, okay, this will be the upper quadrant on the right, lower quadrant on the right, upper quadrant on the left, and the lower quadrant on the left. But here we're not only talking about, okay, the abdominal pelvic area. This is the whole body. Did you guys get that? Now, we can mainly say as okay, and when we start talking about as okay, the vascular system. I said it's a system of the blood vessels. That's going to be as okay, 2 final veins here on each side. We made as okay, we'll just call them the, or not, okay, they actually are going to be called the subclavian veins. But we can say, okay, we have the subclavian vein on the left, and we have, okay, the subclavian vein on the right. So we can say there will be the right subclavian vein, this will be the left subclavian vein. Okay. Some people call it a subclavian, some people will call it the subclavicular vein. And the subclavicular vein mainly is okay, tells you is okay why it's called that. Because I mean it's okay, runs underneath and slightly behind the collarbone. But your right upper quadrant, which is going to be this part. That is mainly as okay going to be drained into your right subclavian vein. V is okay, we can say it's okay, a terminal lymph vessel, which is going to be called the right lymph duct. Did you guys get that? So the upper right quadrant of your body. Any lymph returning back from the upper right quadrant of the body is going to, it's okay, lymphatic vessel, lymphatic vessel, lymphatic vessel, ultimately become, yes, okay, on the right side become what we call the right lymphatic duct, which empties into the right subclavian vein. Did you guys get that? Where what do we have left is the upper left quadrant. And as a matter of fact, that's okay, even it's okay, the two lower quadrants, whether that's on the right and on the left. So lymphatic vessels, that's okay, returning, that's okay, bringing lymph back from all these areas here. Mainly, it's okay, I'm going to form another lymphatic duct that's going to, yes, okay, empty into the left subclavian vein. This one here may be simply referred to as the left lymphatic or lymph duct. Did you guys get that? Okay. Now with that said, yes, okay, this left, that's okay, whether you want to call it lymph duct or lymphatic duct, it doesn't really make a difference. Can also be known as the thoracic duct. Okay. So you can mainly say, okay, it's when the right lymphatic duct and the left lymphatic duct. Mainly it's okay, brings the lymph from, yes, okay, different lymphatic vessels, which undergoes as being, yes, okay, running through, yes, okay, lymph nodes at different areas, even that's okay, for here, you can say, okay, been running through the spleen and so on, so on, so on. So empties into, yes, okay, the subclavian veins on either side. That lymph actually, that's okay, as I said in the beginning, becomes a part of your blood. Did that make sense? Okay. So, right lymphatic duct drains blood from the right upper quadrant of the body, not just the thorax, abdominal pelvic. Here we talk about, okay, the right upper quadrant of the body. 1/4. Okay. Whereas the left thoracic or left lymphatic duct, also known as the thoracic duct, drains lymph, always okay, receive lymphs from the left upper quadrant and the two lower quadrants of the body. Okay, but it's when those respective lymph ducts empty into the subclavian veins. That occurs blood and lymph mixed together. Did that make sense? Okay. Now what's going to happen to your subclavian veins? How they is okay. Still is okay, remain as a part of your general circulation or blood. Ultimately, it's okay, it's going to empty into the right atrium. Well, we talk about that when we get to our blood vessels. Now, ladies and the gentlemen, is there anybody who has any question? Anything about the lymphatic system that didn't make sense? Yes. Hi.
No
So
question.
oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, so the thymus gland only plays a role in immunity in childhood, and then it's just cartilage,
Why
right?
you not cartilage here, fibrous tissue.
Yeah.
Fibrous tissue. Okay. Right. Because it says, okay, whatever T lymphocytes you were producing is what you produce during childhood and early teenagers.
Okay.
At least what is going to be produced by the thymus. Let's put it that way. Anything else?
Lymph nodes are they're their own organ, right?
Pardon me?
The lymph nodes, whatever, they are
Yeah.
their own organ, right?
They will be organs, yes, okay. Or listen here. Your lymph nodes are what you can call as okay, organs of the lymphatic system. The spleen is an organ of the lymphatic system. The tonsils are organs of your lymphatic system. The appendix is an organ of the lymphatic system. Did that make sense? Okay, so all these were organs of your lymphatic system. Okay, now mainly because, as we said to begin with, that this system here is okay, mainly was to circulate this fluid called the lymph. That's why, well, okay, yes, it was going to circulate in these accessory vessels. Okay, but the lymph was going to just okay, mainly it's okay, be flowing in these vessels until those emptied into the blood at the right and left subclavian veins through the right lymphatic duct and left lymphatic duct. Okay, but on their journey, that's okay. What was going to happen? That they will pick up debris, things that okay, as why had been as okay left behind, and let's say as okay as your body has been fighting an infection, or so on, so on, so. Pick that up, take it, okay, and made as okay what the job of is okay your lymph organs was going to be is how do we deal with this mess? Well, I mean, it's break it down, make it yes, okay, easy for the body to just okay, turn it into a form that it could be. Because okay, removed from the body. So mainly as okay, you can say, what do we have? We have the fluid. We have the vessels in which that fluid flows. And then we have okay, the different organs. Which was primarily spleen. Then from spleen, we said thymus, we said tonsils, we said lymph nodes, we said appendix. Right, okay. What were our tonsils? Or what we can call tonsils? We had the palatine tonsils, we had the lingual tonsils, we had the pharyngeal tonsils of the pharyngeal tonsil. Okay, which was part of it, okay, located where in the nasopharynx And hence that was also what we call the adenoid. Okay, we had different groups of lymph nodes: submandibular, cervical, axillary, hilar, inguinal, and the Peyer's patches. Just to mention a few, right? Okay, or some of the major ones. Okay, we had the spleen. What was the spleen? Largest of all the lymphatic organs. Where was it located? In the left hypochondriac region. Okay, pretty much, okay, yes, between the stomach, which was going to be on the front, and medial, and the ribs, your lower ribs on the left side. Okay, the spleen was divided into lobes by fibrous extensions of its membrane, which were called trabeculae. But consistency-wise, yes, okay, the spleen, yes, okay, it's pretty much, yes, if you hold it in your hand, it's pretty much okay, feel like jello. And that's why I said, okay, even a slight rupture in, yes, okay, or abrasion in, okay, yes, the coating of the spleen causes that, okay, yes, it's gone. There's no repair. So there's no other option but to, yes, okay, remove the spleen. So I remember, yes, okay, one case that we had, okay, pretty big tumor in the colon, right in the area where the spleen was, and that tumor actually has, okay, yes, actually invaded as, okay, mainly as, okay, cause okay, it was stuck pretty much, okay, glued or sticking onto the spleen. What the surgeon was trying to do, well, he tried his best. Shit happens. Really is okay. Try to just, okay, separate the colon from the spleen to at least preserve the spleen. It didn't work out. So ultimately, it's okay. What happened was, okay, a slight abrasion in the, you can say, it's okay, the capsule of the spleen, meaning that's okay, cause, okay, the spleen was not. That's okay. We couldn't just leave it behind. It had to be taken out as well. So yes, okay, very fragile if you look at it in that way. So any questions? The lymphatic vessels, what were the two kind of lymphatic vessels? Well, okay, afferent, which brings lymph to the lymph node or lymphatic tissue or organs. Efferent lymphatic vessel, which takes lymph away from that specific lymph node and lymphatic tissue. Did that make sense? But what we mainly can say is, okay, ultimately, yes, okay, efferent lymphatic vessels will join to become right lymphatic duct, left lymphatic duct. Left lymphatic duct is also known as the thoracic duct. So yes, guys, okay, yes, a small system. Okay. You can pretty much, okay, write all the info onto, yes, okay, one blank page like this, if you want to. Just a big index card, okay, as a new family folder. Any last questions? Nope. Nobody want to say anything?
I had a question. It wasn't on this chapter.
Okay, no problem.
Can you just clarify the difference real quick between the basophils and the eosinophils? I know they both have to do with inflammation and the body's first response to any invasion or trauma.
Okay, listen. Your eosinophils are anti-inflammatory. If you talk about the difference between these two in terms of just, okay, their job in inflammation, eosinophils are anti-inflammatory. Did that make sense? Where the basophils are inflammatory. Now, what you mainly can say is okay by is okay, the eosinophil, or what you actually mean by being anti-inflammatory. We can mean it says, okay, in this case, yes, okay, it's going to cause that the inflammation doesn't go bananas, doesn't go out of control. Right, okay. People who, for instance, okay, it's common practice that you go, you just, okay, they say, oh, you got tonsillitis. They may give you, okay, some antibiotic for that. But then they also give you some steroids. And what is it that the steroids are going to do? They are actually, that's okay, anti-inflammatory. To ensure that, okay, that inflammation doesn't keep on continuing.
So then when you say the basophils are inflammatory, does that mean they do the opposite of?
They made as okay, you can say as okay, are what you can play an active role in the inflammation. Whereas eosinophils are going to be the opposite. But even though it's okay, it does the opposite of the base, or even if it says okay, inflammation is going to still as okay work out for the better of your body or your immunity. Because you don't want anything to just okay go out of control.
So I put triggers inflammation. Would that be correct?
No, not really, because when you say it's okay, it triggers inflammation, that's going to be as okay that thing that causes the inflammation.
Okay.
Right? Okay. Okay. You can say it's okay. Let's put it this way. You just had a sneeze. Okay. Now what pretty much okay had caused you, or which mainly is okay, what caused to be a trigger of you sneezing. Well, let's say it's okay that dust or whatsoever that you inhaled that triggers you to go and sneeze.
But the sneeze would be like the quote unquote basophil, like in your
Nah,
sense,
well,
if like the way you're saying it.
you can put it this way. Okay.
Okay.
But the basophil main is okay, will release is going to be as okay, some substances that will cause you to yes, okay, response in a sneeze. Okay. Whereas okay, in a sneeze, well, okay, that mean is okay, being that dust or whatever, irritant or allergen or particles that you inhale that's okay, stimulates your nasal passages. You can use it as a term that explains you, but be careful because usually when what they or what most texts will do is okay, what's going to be the trigger? Well, okay, as in this case here, it will be dust or something like that. It takes these as an example. Okay. Because what would that do? That will trigger. You can say, okay, that basophils may as okay rush to the area and initiate the inflammation. Whereas on the other hand, it's okay, basophils does, no, sorry, eosinophils does do the opposite in the course of inflammation. Okay. But eosinophils, that's okay, play a wider role, and you can say it's okay, triggering things such as allergies. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? Anything from any other chapter? It doesn't have to be from nerves on here. Osmosis, supposes, isorosis of ptosis. Nucleus, nucleoli, DNA, RNA, cell membrane, atoms, elements, ions, positive ions, negative ions, skin, anything. Your bone sutures, fontanelles, cervical vertebrae, thoracic vertebrae, lumbar vertebrae, sacral, coccygeal. Nope. Nobody have anything to say? Okay, guys, then you can meet me at the school at 2 o'clock and you can take your midterm.
We're still trying to remember everything.
Okay, we're still trying to. Okay, that's fine. You see, you go with things and okay, as things come up, that's fine. Okay, well, okay. So, okay, guys, then I guess I will adjourn the session for now for today. I can go and get ready. And I guess I see you guys tomorrow with a new system, same place, same setup, if that's what you want to call it. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Take
Thank
care,
you.
guys. Have fun.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.